everyone, welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to show you guys how to remove a seized exhaust manifold stud. I had one on this motor that was broken. I ended up having to weld it on. I didn't get any video because I was pissed off and I was trying to get the thing out. I got it out, I had to weld a nut on and then bust it loose. But if you don't have a broken off stud, there's a better way to do it. I'm going to go outside and show you on the other car. Let me show you what's going on real quick with this. I've gotten a lot of work done. I haven't really been taking any video. I still got to edit the video for the transmission, but that'll probably be out before you even see this. I replaced all the hoses underneath here, except for the idle air control valve hoses, because I tried using the ones that I had, but they're for a 1990 and up. So I just cleaned up the old hoses and I'm gonna reuse those. They should be fine. I got a new heater control valve, new heater hoses. Come over here. I cleaned up the motor on that side as well a little bit. Let me turn the light on so you can see. As you can see, I have a couple studs that are missing. This is the one that was broken right here. That one gave me hell, but I got it out. It took me probably about an hour to get the damn thing out. I welded on 3 nuts. The first 2 just snapped the stud, and then I literally had like that much stud sticking out, so I had one more attempt, and I got a little bigger stud to put, or a little bigger nut to put on there, so the weld would get all the way around the stud and everything. I cleaned everything up real well, so it was metal on clean metal, and I turned the amps up on my welder, slowed the welding wire down a little bit, and I got the stud and the nut cherry red when I was welding it. I welded it for about 7-8 seconds straight to get it cherry red, and that just allowed it to break loose in here, and I put a wrench on it and it broke right out, and I was super ecstatic when it came out because I was really worried I was going to snap it off and I was going to have to drill that stud out, but it's out. As you can see, I got the, I don't know if you guys can see this water pipe here. This is a water pipe on these red blocks that runs from the water pump to the heater core. It's supposed to be red, but it was in really rough looking shape, so I took it out, cleaned it all up. The paint I use is Stove Bright. Let me go get the paint. I'll show you what I'm using. It's Stove Bright high temperature stove paint. This stuff can withstand, I think, like 1200 degrees. Where does it say it at? It's on here somewhere. I don't see it. Anyways, it's high temperature paint. I think it can withstand like 1200 degrees. It's made for stoves, buck stoves, so it can handle a lot of temperature, so I'm not worried about it. But all the oil and coolant lines for the turbo, I painted with that stuff, so that stuff's gonna look all nice underneath here. I got the turbo rebuilt. I didn't get any video of that. It really didn't take me too long. And I'm just trying to get this done, guys, because I need this car on the road as soon as possible. I still got a few other things I need to do. You can see the evidence of me welding right here. See all the heat from it coming up. I'll have to clean that up. Still gotta take the valve cover off and replace that gasket. What else? I replaced all the gaskets in the oil filter pedestal. There was a gasket right here, and there's a gasket right here as well. This sandwich is in between. I replaced those, so that shouldn't leak. I shouldn't have any leaks over here. The turbo's nice and tight. Everything looks good. So let's go over here. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. It's really not too hard. You see here, I've already gotten 2 studs out. I need like 3 more. I need 3 more studs. I need 1 more for the engine, and I need 2 more for the turbo housing. First thing I did is I soaked all these down with PB Blaster. You need a nice penetrating oil when you're doing this. And then what you want to do, this is what I'm doing. So you got 2 nuts here, and make sure you get the flat sides together. You don't want to do it like this. I don't know if you can tell the difference. You got a beveled side and a flat side. You want the flat sides together so they can lock together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my impact gun, my impact driver, and I'm going to run this nut all the way down. And take your time when you're doing this, because you could snap the stud off. So well, that one went on pretty easily. All right, so we got that one, and then I'm going to come with the next one. So I've already soaked these down with PB Blaster. You might have to use heat. I really haven't. This motor's been taken apart before I got the car, so this stuff isn't crazy seized together. Alright, so what you want to do is run. There we go. So now these nuts are locked together. I should be able to put a wrench on this and get this to break loose. You got to get on the back nut too. What I like to do is you just rock it back and forth. It's not going to break loose right away, but it should. I already got these two out. Watch, it's not going to work on this one. There it goes. Stud's turning. And that's how you break out. Yeah, see, this is coming out pretty easily. I'm not really getting any resistance or anything. This way you don't have to put vice grips on it and gall up the threads or anything. Yeah, this is coming out. This is the easiest one so far. This one came right out. I'm going to take out probably all these studs, just so I have a nice clean motor, because this motor is going to get built eventually. That'll be in the future. No time soon. I got other things I got to take care of first, but there you go. That's how you take out a seized exhaust manifold stud. And then all I do to get the nuts off, because they're on there pretty tight, is grab a hold of this sleeve where there's no threads, and I just put my impact driver on it, back the first one off, back the second one off. It comes apart real easily. Let's do another one. Let's do another one since these are flying off. Alright, I can see this one's got a lot of rust on the thread, so what I'm going to do, you might see this one smoking a little bit. I had this one right here smoking. But all you do is get it started. Yeah, see, it's starting to bind on me. Run it down a little bit, back it off. Run it down a little bit, back it off. That way you're cleaning the threads off. Alright, she's on. Same thing with this. Take your wrench. You gotta lock it in. Alright, she's locked. Now, take this. She's turning. And just rock it back and forth. And it'll clean those threads. Because what happens is you get two dissimilar metals and they start corrosion. Because this is an aluminum head and these studs are steel. And when you get two different metals sitting together over time, if you don't put any anti-seize, they're going to corrode together. Yeah, see, this one's pretty stiff. But, there it goes. Alright, we're good. I'm going to put my ratcheting wrench on it. There you go. My ratcheting box in. Oh yeah, she's still pretty tight. Oh, I just busted my finger open. Just busted my finger open, guys. I already had a cut there too. I hit it on this other stud. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. I'm gonna have to go put a band-aid on that. That's a pretty good one. Whew, that feels good. That hurts pretty bad, guys. I'll definitely have to go take care of that. That hurts. Oh, man. Here, I'll bring you down here and show you what I'm talking about. Taking these apart. So, this is what I do when I take it apart. Don't mind the blood. So, lock it down on the collar there where there's no threads. Alright. Then I take my impact and I blast off the first one. Oop. That didn't work. We're gonna have to do this. Alright, I have to use a wrench on the first one. There it went. Wrench on the first one. Boom, nut off. Now the second one I have to use the vice grips. Simple as that, another stud. I just got 4 C studs out of that head in about 6 or 7 minutes. I'm gonna grab a few more, but first I need to go take care of this finger because it is throbbing right now. It hurts. I think that's gonna do it for this video. Just wanted to show you guys how to take those exhaust manifold studs that are seized in your head out. It's pretty simple. I mean, there's really not much to it. Just take your time. Just don't go wrenching on them and snapping them off, because if you snap it off inside the head, you're gonna hate life trying to drill it out, especially when you drill into aluminum, because you could damage your head, and if you drill in too far, you could go into a water jacket or into the combustion chamber, who knows. So penetrating oil, let it soak, heat if need be, heat up the aluminum and around the stud. The aluminum is going to heat up pretty quick, and that should help break up the seal. And then when I get the nuts on there, a lot of times if you can't get it to back off, just tighten it up a little bit and just keep wiggling it back and forth, and it should break loose. But yeah, let me get back to work on this, guys. Let me get this done, and then I'm gonna get the video on putting the turbo back in, and radiator, intercooler, and the intercooler piping, because that's gonna be the final stretch, and then I literally just have interior to do, and that's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.